But anyways, that was a fun joke. The world is on fire. Sir, this was a Wendy's. It's not there anymore. It's a pile of rubble. Let's talk about what's going on in Minneapolis right now. Who wants to start? Anders, you're from Minneapolis.
Anders, do you want to explain race relations in America really quick?
I'm interested to learn about that.
Well, it would shock many people to know that it is not just Anders Lee's running around in Minnesota. There are different races that are non-Scandinavian. And they get treated by the police not so good, unfortunately, which is not a new thing at all. So, yeah, all of the same issues that exist in New York or LA are also exist in Minnesota, in the Midwest, smaller cities. Sometimes actually more intensely. The police system there is like uber fucked up.
Really?
Yeah, we'll get to
don't say.
Yeah, I mean, I hesitate to say it's like worse than like the NYPD, but there are like really strong ties to white supremacy. And, of course, there is that FBI report that came out in 2006 that was totally ignored about white supremacist groups infiltrating police departments across the country. And I think it is like easier to do that in smaller cities. And then, you have that sort of mentality trickling down into the tactics they use against like unarmed people of color. By the way, like it's the cop was like accused of being a Trump supporter, which he probably was. It turned out to be a different photo of him with like the "Make Whites Great Again" hat. But like,
sorry, can I just back this conversation up just like a second?
Sure.
So if you're just getting into it, okay. So there's rioting in Minneapolis because of the police murder of George Floyd on Monday. Is it Monday?
Yeah, on Memorial Day. In case you only get news from this specific podcast, yes.
Right.
Quarantine. You never know what day it is, guys. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
And the video shows the police officer kneeling on his neck while he dies and begs for his life. And then that went viral. And now we're in the midst of a spicy time.
Right.
And that brings us to Anders Lee.
And it's spicy if it's in Minnesota. Like things are not spicy there very often.
We're in a real juicy Lucy of a race war.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that together.
Tension on the inside.
Yeah.
We're in a pepper jack cheese juicy Lucy.
All right. Well, that makes it sound a lot. That sounds pretty good.
Sounds too appealing.
We'll revise this.
Yeah, but so this particular cop, his last name is Chauvin. Makes me wonder if he had his name changed to, from like Smith to Chauvin, as in chauvinist. Like it's kind of amazing. Pretty on the nose. But like this department has had issues for a long time now. And a lot of it has to do with the police union, the head of which is a guy named Bob Kroll. His last name's Kroll. He's from the east side of St. Paul, so I can't claim responsibility for him. I'm from the other part.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. But he is part of this, like, biker gang called City Heat. Is the name of it?
That sounds like late 80s, early 90s movie that you would have, like, sort of a Lethal Weapon ripoff. But, like, it'd be starring like Damon Wayans and, I don't know, like Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah.
City Heat, the movie, carries over a lot of the same themes from City Heat, the gang.
It's Rush Hour, but it's just like, what if a white cop had to work with another white cop? That'd be crazy. I do understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, friend.
Put her there. High fives that miss.
Yeah, one cop from Minnesota and the other from Wisconsin, and somehow they overcome it.
Oh, yeah, because the Twin Cities. Hold
Yes. Which
No,
are both
the-
in Minnesota, to clarify. But
That's
St.
just
Paul and
that's just
Minneapolis.
season 5 of True Detective.
on.